Um, Good morning, Excellency, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to be with us today at your residence. So it's for me a big honor.
It's my pleasure.
So thank you very much. I would like, please, if you want to share about your experience, ambassador. I mean, how is to be an ambassador?
Well, I've been in the foreign service more than 40 years, and then this is my second ambassadorship. And my first ambassadorship was in the Cambodia, Phnom Penh, and here is in the Netherlands already 2.5 years. And then the ambassador's job is to meeting the people, meeting the politicians, also the people, and to visit the cities and the township, and also to take care of my own community, Japanese community here. And because the Netherlands and Japan have a very strong relations, it is interesting and lovely to be here.
It's great. And what are your specific experience in representing your country in the world, and especially in the Netherlands?
Well, my major foreign assignment for me in these 40 years is China and the United States, and then so that Europe is very rare, and actually my first European assignment, but my wife is from the Netherlands. So that we have been married for more than 30 years and 36 years, and then but we did not have the opportunity to come here, and then finally we came to the Netherlands, and then I came as the Japanese ambassador to this country. So it's a really lovely arrangement from my government.
Oh yes, yes, that's lovely. Then you are actually with the culture a little bit more close, actually.
Oh yes,
from the Dutch.
And then understand rather more deeper the understanding of the country.
Yeah, that's lovely. And for example, how are you handle the cultural gaps? I think the culture is, of course, is very important. It's not always so easy to adapt, to learn about another culture. In this case, you as ambassador, how do you handle the culture gaps?
Well, it is not only in the foreign countries or even in your own countries. So it's always facing the different culture. For example, in the world, of course, the Japan and China is completely different, and the Japan, United States, and Cambodia, and then so it's as diverse as of today. But even in the domestic, in Japan, the west side of Japan or the east side of Japan, they're eating differently, and the dialect is not the same. And then I'm sure that even in the Netherlands, for example, my wife's mother lives long in the Friesland, and then there are different language, and then so that the Limburg is not the same way that the North Holland. So that diverse it's really diverse in the country too, and then the point is to conversation, to talk to people and listen to the people, and that's the way to get over those differences.
Yes, you say very important points. Also, as to talk same time, to learn to listen.
Yeah.
And that is not. It's a very important point actually. But for example, you as ambassador, you travel around the world. Also for 3-5 years, and it's easy for you to adapt to one country.
But usually the 3 years term, and then the first year is make efforts to fit in that to the country, and then the second year is that really making a lot of friends, and then the third year is more relaxed. But then that's the time to leave that country to come to the next one.
Yes,
So,
yes. I have been working for a few years also for ambassadors, also at the residence to coordinate lunch, dinner.
mhm.
And I remember one of these ambassadors, they say that is sometimes we don't, they prefer to stay a little bit, not to be too emotional with the country, with the people, because it's difficult sometimes. You are friends, you have friends, and after that you have to leave and to move to another country. Is that for you easy to handle?
Well, but that's the diplomatic life. So it's that's really the life of the.
Yes, yes, I understand. Yeah. So, do you have any example, please? Something that would you like to share, or probably a complex situations, and how have you handled them from your perspective, from the soft diplomacy?
Yeah.
I mean, probably something that you say, okay, I have this situation, and I solve this situation with the soft skills, with the soft diplomacy.
Well, today I brought from the office is the picture. This is the postcard I bought at NASA. That was where we traveled when I was stationed in the United States, 1990, the late 1990s. I took my family to the Texas and then drove from Dallas and San Antonio and to Houston, and then Houston that I bought this postcard. It's called Earthrise. And a very famous picture, and then that's taken by the Apollo spaceship from the moon. And then usually on the Earth, you see the sunrise, moonrise, sunset, moonset. But if you go up to the moon, you see the Earthrise. So it's the physics is the same, but if you have your own perspective, it's completely different. So that's so I always keep this picture at my office, because of what we see from Japan, it can be seen completely different in my country of staying. Well, in the Netherlands, it won't happen so many times, but still, that I always keep in mind that something matter, of course, to you or to your own country is not matter, of course, to the other country. So that's so to keep this thing in mind. So I put the Earthrise picture at the office.
That's lovely. With your words, give me of your philosophy in this picture. It's lovely to see, because we see the philosophy in the essence about one way of thinking, and that's lovely. That could be see this lovely picture from different sides. People can have their own interpretation, their own feelings, their own view, their own eyes, and that's lovely. Thank you. So, do you have, Excellency? Do you have some tips that you would like to share probably to young diplomats? Something that young diplomats they are starting their life, sharing also their experiences. They are trying, or they are doing their best, but an ambassador, with your experience, probably you can share also a few tips of how to manage this life as ambassador.
Well, thank you very much. If I talk to Japanese, the young diplomats or the other young diplomats of the world, that maybe today's world is so divided, and then if you take one position, that you don't understand the other side's argument, and then and also the news too, and the news are all divided, and then it's the world of the social network service, and the social network service is always close to your own group of people and to your favorite news programs and so on. And it's very rare to get in touch with the other side's news or the other side's arguments. So that I hope that the young people must to get in touch with as broad views as possible from the world, to listen to them.
Do you think that the knowledge about protocol and intercultural communication is important for them to learn?
Yes, sure. And then protocol is that you must understand if you get into the foreign affairs, foreign service, and the protocol and the logistic is that the must know. And so that it's important to have this knowledge of protocol.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I think we are almost done. I say some words in Dutch, but thank you very much. Would you like something more to add?
Well, I hope your success, and I think you get more interviews with my colleagues, other ambassadors in The Hague, and I think I'd like to listen to their views too. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We are finished today. Yes.
Yeah.